Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of One Piece. Last set, Luffy delivered the final blow. Usopp made his final decision. The townspeople had no idea he disappeared and don't care. And Luffy and the crew got a new boat and found two of Solo's friends dying of scurvy in the middle of the sea. So now we're moving on to the next arc. So it closed out the whole arc with Usopp and the cat pirates, and now it's time to move on to the next arc. Yes, this is pretty amazing. Just so y'all know, you know what I'm saying. It's really fun watching, reading this, and contrasting that to the live action version. Since I saw that, still got to get into the anime. Got to jump into that anime. Best of both worlds, I say, or best of three worlds. Alright, so without further ado, let us get going. Let's begin. Let's start the next set. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 43, Sanji. Out in the sea, the birds flew screaming across the sky. The clouds are in their favor. The wind's blowing the ships along. Both the Merry-Go and Yosaku and Johnny's mini tub. They made their way across the sea and arrived at an ocean-going restaurant. Mm. Is that you? Here we are! The ocean-going restaurant! Brother Solo! Brother Solo! Brother Luffy! Brother Usopp! Brother Nami! Ah, does he have to call me brother? Oh! Hey, dude. It's Barati, a ocean-going restaurant. Yo, looks like a giant fish. Luffy and the crew looked out at a ship with sails, shaped with the look of a fish, multiple floors, doors all over the place. Man, this is really actually pretty cool design. Although I'm sure the budget hurt the live action. There were no masks unfurled with a smokestack letting out the sense of food. Everyone screamed out, "What do you think?" Dude, what a huge fish. Oh, it's cool. And the crew made their way towards as the crew made their way towards Baratier, a ship started following in from behind. The words "Marine" was written across the bow, and it caught everyone's attention. Woo! The boat said. Huh? Whoa! Dude, it's a Navy ship. It's got the word Marine written all over it. And where did it come from? Like, this isn't Naruto. What's with this ninjutsu stuff? I hope they don't blast us. Ooh. A cannon immediately poked it out of the porthole. Hey, we're not pirates! Look, who's that guy? Oh. And that guy, in a shadowy silhouette, looked out at Luffy's ship. His name was Lieutenant Iron Fist Full Body. What a name. Minister of the Navy. Okay, new character. Oh gosh. We go with. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Hmm. No, I just had in my head. Now I can't remember the name of that voice. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Pirate. No, no, no. Pirate. No. Pirates. No. Should I go with that? No, no, no. He looks too nervous. Pirates. I don't know. Pirate. Oh, that's a good idea. Here we go. Pirates. Yeah, let's do the Matt Damon voice. Matt Damon. There we go. He's got that face. Pirates. Unknown. I'm Lieutenant Iron Fist, full body minister of the Navy. Who's the captain? Speak your name. Lieutenant Iron Fist, full body. His knuckles were wrapped around with rings, with rings made of thumbtacks. Thumbtacks? Is that what those are? Nails? Flathead nails? They look like screws. Flathead screws. He raised them up and clenched his fists together. To which then the captain answered, Luffy, Monkey D, dude. We just made our pirate flag yesterday. It's totally awesome. Yesterday? What amateurs? Can I give him that voice? Yeah. I'm Usopp. You two scalawags look familiar. You visit the government agencies a lot. The Iron Fist said. Though you're those two bounty hunters. Yosaku and Johnny, captured by pirates, eh? Yosaku, this bloke man insulted us! True, but you can't call us that. It's a matter of honor. Let's make Mr. Nappy Fancy Pants revise his view of us. Yosaku and Johnny said to each other as they listened. As they became angered by Iron Fist's declaration. Rise yourself, you Navy Popinjay! To which Iron Fist goes, And moments later, Johnny and Yosaku laid on the ground, bloodied up, bruises on their faces, and immediately said, A hair's breadth from death! Yeah. And as they laid on the floor with their legs sticking up in a very presentable position, Luffy stood over them and asked, Dude, are you guys weak or what? It like the weather or something? Getting blown around a bit? No, he's really tough. He's really tough. A hair's breadth from death. To which Solo replied, What are you going to do? Full body. Quit picking on those sissies. Oh, there's a woman there. Oh, okay. Full body. Quit picking on those sissies and let's go. Yes, my dear. A mysterious pair of hands immediately grabbed Iron Fist's arm from the door, tugging him to come inside. Iron Fist curled up his fist of iron knuckles and looked back at the entire crew. It's your lucky day, pirate scum. It's my day off. I've come to dine, but beware, we meet again, you're dead. Nami knelt down and started flipping through the wanted posters that Johnny had in his possession. What's this, Johnny? Wanted posters, pirates and bounties. Oh. Alright, wanted posters, pirates and bounties, insisting on me. Johnny said as he coughed up blood and more spilled out of his nose. An ugly business. I got a bounty for every one kill I get. Yeah. Something wrong? Nami stared at one wanted poster and started slowly crushing it between her fingers. But suddenly, Usopp screamed out, "This is bad! They're aiming a cannon at us!" What? What? Sink it, Iron Fist said with his thumbs down, and the Marine, armed at the cannon, said, "Aye, sir," and a loud boom shot at him. Usopp screamed, "They fired on us!" To which Luffy immediately jumped on the edge of the boat. "Dude, I'll handle it." "Luffy, what the gum gum?" And Luffy immediately puffed out his chest. He expanded his whole entire body out. Balloon! And just like that, the cannonball punched into his belly. It stretched outward. It didn't go anywhere. It came to a complete stop. Everyone screamed, "What?" Iron Fist screamed, "What?" And Luffy launched the cannonball right back. "Here's your cannonball, dude. Get nuts." But instead of going directly at the Marine's ship, it struck Baratier instead. And Zolo screamed out, "You idiot! You returned it to the wrong place." "Oh, dude. At least it was awesome. Oh, get down from here." Iron Fist was in shock as he saw the restaurant smolder in flames. Luffy cried in horror and shock and fell down. Nami slapped her forehead. "Good night." And everyone watched Luffy in horror as everything happened on the ship. Moments later, everyone docked on the ship. Everyone docked on Baratier, and everyone sat inside. There were crewmates all over the place, sitting at the tables, eating their meals, drinking their wine. The garsage, the waiter, tending to everyone there. "That man over there, he's Lieutenant Furrbody," people began to mutter. "Really? The naval officer?" "Oh, he's handsome and elegant." And at his table, there he was, Iron Fist with his date. "Every eye is on you," she said as they toasted and clinked their wine glasses together. "Not when you are in the room. Delightful. A delicate bouquet from the north, from Mikkyuo. Lightly acidic, full body dry. I'm absolutely certain it's Ichiruk Goldstein. Am I right, waiter?" The crowd was amazed and let out a wow. Wow! And the waiter responded, "Dead wrong, sir." It was Sanji, assistant chef of Baratier ocean-going restaurant. "And I am the assistant chef. All the waiters jumped ship yesterday. Your soup. Enjoy it while it's hot." Everyone began to laugh. Wow, perfect time. Began to laugh. Not just only at Iron Fist, but at the waiter as well. "Shush, don't laugh. It's his voice. I can't help it." But he sure was. But he was. But the captain was sure of himself. Iron Fist started growling, but he was calmed down by his date, who was nursing her wine. "You know a lot, eh? About wine?" Yes, quite true. My palate is just a bit off today. What's going on? I set that up with the owner beforehand. I'm supposed to look impressive. Why am I being set up for the fall? Moments later. Chef, are you sure you're alright? Of course I am. I'm not alright, but there's work to be done. Okay, yeah, okay. There's no way I could pull off the actor's voice from the live action. but chef, your wounds. Are you defying me? A chef must feed his customers. Are you boneheads trying to put me out of business? Chef Zeph, proprietor of Parati Ocean Going Restaurant, covered in blood from his injuries, sitting there with his peg legged, anchored and gripping onto his shirt. We got him, Chef. He's the scoundrel. Dude, I'm really sorry. I was trying to hit people, not you. I even blew your foot off. Oh man, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna get caught by the ADA, aren't I? Oh gosh, the Disabilities Act. Oh, dude, I'm totally sorry. Huh? Oh, it was already like that, dude. But dude, you're hurt overall. No berries. Moments later. Moments later, in the captain's quarters. Oh, he hit the captain's quarters. Oh gosh, that's funny. At the captain's quarters, Zaf leaned back on his bed with his arm rested up at the top. All chilled and relaxed, with his extraordinary large hat barely touching the ceiling. He started talking to Luffy, and he heard all Luffy's stories. No berries then. Then you'll work off your debt. Okay, dude, I'll do that. No problem. Luffy said with a big smile on his face and pounding his fist on his chest. You'll work without pay for 1 year. Then we'll call it even. A year. Dude, a whole year. That's like 1,000 months. No, it's not. Moments later, on the deck of the merry-go, the crew's sitting around waiting for Luffy, finding out what's going to happen. Zolo spoke. Where is Luffy? Maybe they're making him wash dishes for a month. Ah, honest fool. He should have blamed the Navy ship. Want to check on him and eat? Well. Meanwhile, inside the restaurant, the crowd all chatting and everything, the Iron Fist called out for Sanji. Waiter! I told you I'm not a waiter, Sanji said as he approached the table. And he looked over at the young lady's direction. What a lovely lady! How about it, miss? Sanji leaned closer to her. Care to sound like private stock? It's real wine. Ah. Hey. The Iron Fist said and slammed his hand right on the table, pointing at the plate. What kind of third-rate dive serves soup with bugs? Bugs! To which then Iron Fist thought, hey, embarrass me, will you? I'll leave your reputation in splinters with a bug from my private stock. What's this fly doing in my soup? He pointed out that the dead bug lying inside the bowl. Sanji smiled with his hand on his chest. Forgive me, sir. It's hard to tell, but it appears to be the backstroke. And the entire crowd laughed. They laughed out loud. Even the date laughed. And Iron Fist got angry. He smashed his Iron Fist right into the table, shattering into pieces, sending the soup and the food flying everywhere. His date screamed out, Eek! And he stood up with his clenched fist and looked out at Sanji. You have no idea who you're toying with. But the food and the plates and the dishes and everything all splayed out across the ground. Sanji stood in quiet and took a puff of his cigarette. The crowd went, ooh. And then Sanji said, if you just removed the bug, you could have eaten that soup, you know. What? And Iron Fist screamed out, I am a customer. How dare you take that attitude? You're a lowly cook. Stop it, full body, the date said. Let it go. Make like Elsa and let it go. Sanji replied, does money make up for lack of courage? And the chefs immediately started to intervene. We gotta stop him, Sanji. Don't do it. Moments later, the date covered her mouth in horror. Full body. The crowd was horrified and in fear, trembling in each other's arms. And there was Sanji. He stood holding Iron Fist in the air with his hand to the Marine's face. Blood poured all over the place. His clothes soaked in blood. His Iron Fist dripping with blood. And Sanji took a puff of his cigarette. To offend the cook at sea is a fool's mistake. Remember that. And food must never be wasted. Is all Iron Fist could do. To be continued. One Piece, Chapter 43, by Eiichiro Oda. Chapter 44, Three Tough Cooks, by Eiichiro Oda. The Briardier ocean-going restaurant floated along the sea, following the ocean currents nice and quietly. There was a lot of doom going on, but it wasn't any ordinary doom. It was Luffy pointing his finger out at Zaf. Give me a break, dude. I'll work for 1 week. That's the deal. To which Zaf replied, don't insult me, boy. Your villainous compartment damaged my establishment and injured me. 1 measly work of work won't do it. I can break you and make food out of you. You'll serve me for 1 full year, eh? Dude, I won't. I already waited 10 years to be a pirate, Luffy said, with his arms crossed, pouting as he kept getting bopped on the head with Zap's chef's hat. I won't wait another whole year, dude. You're not being righteous. That's my offer. I'll let you permit me to work it off in a week. You don't get to decide, Eggplant Head. Chef's special peg leg kick. Zaf unleashed his kick directly at the neck of Luffy with the tip of his peg leg. Luffy let out a loud oof as he flew across the floor and landed at the edge of the wall. Without permit, it's for me to decide. Dude, you must be feeling better. Shut up. Okay, kid. Since your time's so precious, I'll offer you a quick way out of this, and I won't have to stew you and feed you to the people. Zaf presented him with a hacksaw, with the most angriest face imaginable. Give me a leg. Leave one with me. Dude, I don't want to. Luffy looked up at the chef as the chef towered over him with the hacksaw in hand. That's crazy, mister. I'm not Buggy the Clown. Ugh, what you want doesn't matter, boy. Zaf jumped up into the air and bounced off his bed. Chef, drop! And he landed on top of Luffy, somewhat injuring the wannabe king of the pirates. Yikes, dude. Ugh, he growled. Ah! He continued screaming. Patty Cook. Oh my gosh, is he doing... Oh, he's playing the world's tiniest violin. Baratier OGR, Patty Cook. He stood before, dressed in all in black with an apron, standing there, rubbing his two fingers together. Oh, I see what he did. He reached inside and grabbed his nose hair and plucked it out. Mm. The cock, the customer is... And he pulled out his hair from his nose hair. Tanga! The customer service is love. Barate is life. Yup, that's our motto. He screamed out as the customer shivered in fear outside the door. Inside the bathroom, there, Patty Cook stood for a mirror, with his hands on his hip and a big smile on his face. That one, a friendly greeting. Welcome, squid face. He said with the most ugliest grin imaginable. The mirror struggling to not crack into pieces. Come again yesterday, he said with his thumbs up. Pardon, monsieur. Yeah. He said with a larger grin, struggling with a larger grin. That'll be 10,000 berries, sucker. Enjoy your poop. He said, walking outside along the hallway. Perfect as usual. Yes, sir. Our motto is the customer is king. He whistled along with gleeful joy. And when he arrived, he saw violence. His eyes bulged out like an American cartoon. His jaw dropped as a fly entered inside his throat. And there he saw Sanji holding up Iron Fist in the air, bloodied and beaten within an inch of his life. Wow, customer! Again, Sanji! What are you doing to that customer? And him, a naval officer? You want to get arrested? I'll arrest you! Hello, crap cooker! Sanji said, looking his direction, taking another puff of smoke. Say my name! Don't make me Deadpool you! How dare you call me a crap cooker, crap server? The Patty snorted out like a bull, gritting his teeth in sheer anger. Customers are the life's blood of a restaurant. So why his life? Blood dripping out of him. Explain yourself, you amateur. Customer! There's no life wasted precious food, and he insulted our cooks. So I learned him some etiquette. Respect, fool! Sanji said, looking out at Iron Fist's direction. This place stinks. The food's full of bugs and the service leaves a lot to desired. I'll close you down. I'll inform the authorities. I will get the president. A restaurant should close us down. Sanji interrupted and looked down on him. Not if I close you down first. What? What? Iron Fist's eyes trembled in fear at the thought of getting beaten up once more. Don't do it, Sanji! The chef screamed out. And they immediately started holding him back as Iron Fist crawled away from him. I'm really bad. Hold him or the lieutenant's a dead meat. I can't stand ignorant snubs like him. Calm down, Sanji. I'll get you, big shot. Eek. Iron Fist thought, is he insane? Meanwhile, suddenly through the meanwhile from up above, the entire floor gave through and the ceiling cracked open, and down came Luffy and Zaf. Uh, what now? The cracks on the ceiling grew larger and started falling over as Luffy and Zaf struggled to get back up. Zaf said, "Dude, that was scary. You keep huffing. And why are we in this position? Get off of me." "Chef, what are you doing?" "Curses. Look at that ceiling." "Oh no. That's also your fault, Brat." "Dude, you jumped on me too hard." "It's almost like you were dry or something." "Chef, you gotta stop Sanji." This? Oh my gosh, what is going on here today? What did I do to deserve this? Sanji, attacking the clientele again? Zip it! Crap geezer! All of you are crap! He's crap. Who's saying this phrase here? He sure is. And this one's a lieutenant in the Navy. Do you want me to ruin you? Zap kicked Sanji in the face with his peg leg. Oh! Hey, I know that guy. He's the cannon man, dude. And Iron Fist immediately froze in place. You get out of here too. Saf kicked kicked the Marine in the face. Oh! He looked back as he tumbled like a rag doll. What? Even the chef? None of you knows how to treat a customer. Don't you realize who I am? I'm not the juggernaut. Nasty bunch of restaurant bullies. You're worse than pirates. He looked up at them as he laid on the ground, nursing his wound. The customer is king, got that? Only if they're willing to eat slow. Patty, Sanji, if you're gonna fight, do it in the kitchen. Iron Fist watched the three argue with each other, and he thought, are they really cooks? That full body. It's terrible. The door slammed open, and one of the crew Marines screamed out for the lieutenant. Everyone in the restaurant looked in his direction and listened on. Sorry, sir. He got away from the bugs from the ship's brig. Dude, this is a madhouse. Why ain't I having fun? Luffy said. The pirate of Krieg's escaped. We wanted to question him, but he beat us seven of us, and he got away. Impossible. When we captured him 3 days ago, he was half dead from starvation, and we haven't fed him. Krieg! The crowd began to scream in panic. Krieg's pirates! Murmur, murmur, murmur. They're the toughest pirates in none of the eastern seas. Oh my gosh, what's your brother here? Ah, ah. And the whole crowd began screaming out loud. Forgive me, sir. And the loud sound of a boom from behind caught him in the back. His blood splurted out out of his chest and into the air. Ah! And the crowd screamed. Ah! Yee! Whoa. Patty said, Customer, party of one? Zaf said, he better not try to bust up my place. Luffy said, dude, a pirate? Yeah. And Sanji said, Lieutenant Iron Fist sat there shivering, growling as Sanji walked past him. Am I looking at this right? Oh, okay. Yeah, 181, 182. Okay, that threw me off. Wow, that was very sudden. All right. Okay, that was a very sudden scene change there. The sky was calm. The crowd, all of the patrons watched on with a ooh. Krieg Krieg sat there all by himself with everyone as far away as possible from him, practically up along the walls. Nobody eating their food. Let's see here. What we got here? Alright, well, like that. What would be a good voice? Holy mackerel, there's so many characters. Oh, you know what? Sure. Should I do it? I don't know. I was thinking of saving the Hank Hill voice for another main character. Let's see if I can try and remember this. If I could just remember this. Dale from King of the Hill. Bring me your food. Hey, welcome to the show, Shy Guys Entertainment. Good evening. Over on the kick side. Let's see here. Bring me food, anything. This is a mess joint, ain't it? Krieg said as he leaned back on his seat. To which Patty said, "Welcome, Squid Face." And the crowd screamed out, "What did he say?" Now, I'm only saying this once more, so listen. I'm a customer, bring me food, Krieg said with his hands in his pocket and his leg rested up on top of the table. That cook is dead meat, Iron Fist said as the crowd continued to murmur. Pardon, monsieur, but can you pay? You take lead. Krieg smiled as he planted the gun directly into Patty's forehead. You don't got money? He said. And he immediately smashed Krieg right on right in through the chair. Oh my gosh. The splinters flew everywhere. Krieg's head completely caved into his chest, and the entire crowd screamed out, "Hooray!" Ooh. And Iron Fist stood in horror. What? And and Saf gritted his teeth in anger. Blasted Patty, you busted my chair. Oh, dude, Luffy said. He's strong. If you can't pay, you ain't a customer. Patty said, crossing his arms and towering over Krieg. Everyone in the restaurant cheered. Yay, Patty! Go, Patty! Finish that scone. He gurgled, Krieg said as he reached into his inner pocket of his jacket. Hey, Chef. Hey, Chef. His stomach's growling. Idiot. That was a fart. Just give me a little food, eh? You give me a little food, eh? You're no customer, so get lost. Sanji stood quietly and took another puff of his cigarette. And Patty kicked Krieg again right in the ribs. Customers are a restaurant's lifeblood. I wouldn't give yesterday's rice to a penniless sea wolf like you. Ugh, Krieg said. I've had enough. I'm leaving this rough house. Iron Fist walked out of the main entrance of the restaurant, stomping away, leaving his date behind. Meanwhile, inside, Krieg's now on his knees, his blood gushing out like a geyser. Luffy just watching on as the beating continued. interesting, dude. And Patty finished off Krieg, leaving him lying on the floor. He then looked out to everybody. Dear customers, please enjoy your meals. And he did a little curtsy with his apron. In nice politeness. And the crowd screamed out, hooray! And outside, Krieg coughed up his blood, nursed his ribs, and a plate of food and drink was placed right next to him. Eat! Sanji said as he chilled on the side there, smoking another cigarette. And Krieg looked on as the food, as the scent of food wafted into his nose. Dude, and he began to eat away. I'm not worth it. I never ever tasted nothing so delicious. He continued munching on, and tears flowed down his face. Better than I deserve, certainly better. Certainly it is. I thought I was getting it. Ain't that me for sure? Good, hey? Sanji said with a big smile. And Luffy watched on at the two of them. Aha! Dude, I found you. My own personal cook. Yeah, most righteous. To be continued. One Piece, Chapter 44, by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 45, Before the Storm. Luffy had a big smile on his face to the sound of doom. As he, with his arms crossed over the banister, looking down below. Dude, you sure got lucky, he said. That food saved you. Most righteous. Darn near starved. Ha ha ha, dude. Hey, Mr. Cook, join us. Now. This is a Shanghai. Be the cook for my pirate crew, dude. You're most righteous. Ha! Sanji said as he and Krieg looked up at Luffy above. You're a pirate! Sanji said as he took another puff of his cigarette. Then why did you fire on us? Dude, that was a total accident. It was non-heinous. A stray cannonball launched in self-defense. That makes no sense. Nah, it doesn't. Then again, when have I ever made sense? Well, you'd best watch yourself around here. Chef Zev used to cook for a famous pirate. Sanji said as Krieg listened on, and Luffy replied, that old man was a pirate, dude. Yes, Bravado is the old ratbag's treasure. And the cooks who flocked to him, all hot-blooded pirate types. They love his food. For a place frequented by pirates, they're perfect for the job. Though I'm surprised the Marines have not arrested us. Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. And this place is a total nut house. One grows used to it. Sanji took another puff of his cigarette. Some people come just to see the pirates, and the cooks go at it. It is really great. But the waiters got scared and jumped ship. All that is left is me. Oh, I gotcha. So that's why he wants me to work for a whole year. Gotcha. Most righteous. Anyway, you should sail with me, dude. I decline. Sanji looked back up at Luffy. I've got a good reason for staying here. No, dude. I decline. You are going to be most righteous of cooks on my crew. What? Decline what? I decline your declination, and that's a big word for me, man. You're a cook, and you're gonna join my crew cooking for me. You hear, dude? Krieg merely listened on, wondering what the heck is going on here. Sanji tried to reason with with Luffy, as Luffy continued to sit on the banister and listen on. Now hold on, listen to my reason. Alright, dude, what is it then? It's none of your business! Dude, you just told me to listen. That's not righteous. I mean, respect my wishes. I'll make a fillet out of you, you crabhead kid. Sanji and Luffy leaned right into each other, screaming and yelling. You make fun of this hat again, dude, and I'll send you flying. And I have sent people flying. You don't want to fly, dude. Sorry to butt in, but... What? They both said. What? I'm Gene, one of Krieg's pirates. If you really pirate, what's your prize? Pirate at Arms, Krieg's crew. Dude, I'm after the One Piece. I'm going to the Grand Line. It is most righteous. Pirate at Arms. Pirate at Arms was very silent at what he heard of. That's all he's gonna be known as Pirate at Arms. Wow. If you don't have a cook, you must not have much of a crew yet. Pirate at Arms said, "This guy makes 5. He's my crew. Don't count me in." You don't seem like a bad sort, so I'll give you a word of warning. Whatever you do, Pirate Arm said, don't go to the Grand Line. You're young. Don't rush to your doom. Don't you rush your doom. You're doomed. Dude, I heard you many times. I know. The seas are vast. The Grand Line is just one narrow route. There are plenty of safer waters to plunder. Really, dude? Do you know a lot about the Grand Line? Tell me, dude. I want some info. Not much, hardly anything at all, but enough so it scares me. You're rather chicken for one of Krieg's men, Sanji said. Dude, who's Krieg? Should I be scared or something? Meanwhile, in the chef's galley, there's a lot of chopping of celery sticks going on. Everyone is in a rush within the galley. Hors d'oeuvres to table 3. Serve it yourself, we got no raiders. All the chefs are freaking out as they're cooking the food as fast as they could. Making trouble for us, Patty? One of the chefs said as Patty twirled his knife. What? That fella you clobbered today was one of Krieg's cutthroats. That's what he said. And Patty easily sliced a fish in 4 ways with with multiple strokes. Don Krieg's the meanest pirate in these waters here. Aye, he's Don of the pirate armada, a consortium of 50 pirates. He's a pure devil. So what? Patty said as he poured cooking wine into the pot and lit it on fire. He commands 5,000 killers, and that fellow is one of them. The chef said as he chopped the vegetables. If he tells Don Krieg how he was mistreated here, they'll run over us like stampeding elephants. They'll make mincemeat of us. Oh yeah? You think I should feed that dog? I should have fed that dog? How could the paying customers feel? We're the trademark of Baratier, the ferocious fighting cooks. Do you know how many pirates we've chased off? If you're scared, then quit. That's just what you told the waiters, wasn't it? It's because of you we're so overworked. Huh, those liver fools were useless anyway. You idiots. Get to work, Saf screamed out. And everyone immediately stood at attention and began chopping the food away, screaming out, Hi, chef! Meanwhile, outside, let's see, who's talking in this one? Anyway, well, just thought I'd warn you. Dude, I'm going to the Grand Line anyway. Do what you want. How you throw your life away is your business. Sanji, my thanks. You saved my life. That grab was fun. The pirate at arms smiled as he stood in the boat as it began to float away. Can I come and eat again? Anytime, Sanji said with a smile, and they both nodded and agreed. Sure, boy. There you are. Yikes, dude, it's the Chef King. And Zaf stared down at the plate down below, emptied of food and drink emptied from the cup. Good luck, Jin, Sanji said as he put his hands in his pockets and took another puff of his cigarette as the boat began to float away. You're gonna catch heck now for giving me a free meal. What? Sanji said as he threw it away, and it landed into the water with the sound of a sploosh. Free meal? Where's the proof? And the pirate at arms immediately dropped down on his knees and bowed in a prostrate manner. Stay out of trouble, Jin! Sanji, sure, boy. Get to work! Zaf screamed out as the pirate at arms boat floated away from the entire ship. Moments later, inside the galley, Luffy stood before all the chefs, cutting and chopping the food, cooking at a fast rate. Luffy announces himself. Dudes, I'm Luffy, but for now, I'm Chore Boy. No, even better. Chore Dude. Reporting for duty. On hiatus from piracy free labor, Chore Dude, Monkey D. Luffy. He sat down on the chair and leaned back as he watched Don. Where's table 6's dessert? Who took that order? You did, fool. I'm too busy. Open your eyes. Look, you looking for a fight? The chefs are ready to throw down with each other. Then immediately turned into Luffy's direction and screamed out, If you got nothing to do, wash dishes, short dude! Okie dokie, guys. Most righteous. Where's Sanji? Flirting, of course. And his and his assistant chef makes me want to cook again. Makes me want to puke again. I know, but he's been here the longest. Ever wonder why Sanji stays even though he don't get on with the chef? Yeah, he wants to be a chef someday. Luffy listened on as he washed the dishes as fast as he could. And there was the sound of crashing and smashing all over the place. Then, oh my gosh, Luffy. Oh man, and there was and they realized where the crashing and smashing is coming from. Sure, boy. How many scissors have you broken? Sorry, dude. I forgot to keep count. I'm not good at counting. But be more careful. Wait a minute. Enough dish breaking. Go bust those tables. Okay, dude. Luffy said, holding the broom in one hand and taking bites out of food from a plate. And stop swiping the food, dude. I'm hungry. That was for the customers. Yum. The food is righteous. You guys are good. I'll just clean this wok then. Luffy approached the wok with a scrub, and the second he touched it, he screamed out in pain. Yeah, dude, this is hot. His hands were covered in burns, and he started spilling over the dishes. And to which one of the chefs screamed out, "Get out of the kitchen!" Patty immediately grabbed Luffy by the mouth and pulled him in. I'll take orders. Just ask the customers what they want to eat. Then think you could do that? Yeah, dude, I could do that. And treat the customers like I told you. Got it, dude. Luffy walked out with a big smile. Chores are hard. Kobe must have been miserable. Hey. Luffy looked out, and he saw his pals sitting around the table. Ugh, you dudes. Hi, Joy Boy. So, you gotta work for a year? Can we change the ship's flag? Dude, you're eating without me? Not righteous. I'm slaving and you're eating out? That's cruel. Quiet down, Luffy! Sanji screamed out. Are they your mates? Hmm? Sanji said as he flirted with the young woman, pissing off her boyfriend. Eat this, dude. Luffy stuck his finger up his nose and rubbed it around a glass. Oh my gosh, no. Nami started chuckling. And Usopp and Zolo said, "Why shouldn't we enjoy a nice meal?" "Yeah, why not?" Usopp said. "The food's not bad here." He picked up the glass as Usopp kept his laughter under control. "But I feel so bad for you." Zolo brought the glass closer and closer and closer to his lips, and Zolo immediately rammed the glass into Luffy's throat. "You drink it." "No, dude, guy. Oh, dude. Not righteous. What do you do that for?" "What did you do that for?" Zolo said, towering over his captain. Meanwhile, Nami and Usopp laughed out loud. "My sides hurt." And suddenly, Sanji noticed her laughter. He heard her laughter. He had the biggest smile on his face. And he immediately was filled with hearts in his eyes. And he sang out, "Oh, see how grateful I am for this day of days. Oh, love, smile upon me, for I cannot survive this pain. I would stoop to becoming a pirate or even a devil if only I could be with you. Such tragedy, the obstacles between us are great." Sanji approached her very slowly, only for Zaf to immediately get his attention. "Obstacles, Sanji." "Arg! The crap geezer!" "Follow your heart. Go be a pirate. I don't need you anymore." "What?" Zaf walked away. Ah, dang. Man. So this cook saved you. So this cook saved you from certain death. That's how you made it back, eh, Jin? Yeah, aye, sir. But I didn't know the flagship was in such a condition. The pirate arm said with tears welling up in his eyes and sweat dripping down his cheeks. Don Creek. What? I'll guide you there. To Baratier Ocean Going Restaurant, he said with a smile. You know what? If his name's gonna be Don Krieg, let me do this. Okay. Now that I know he goes by the name of Don Krieg, let's do one even better. I got a good voice. So this cook saved you from sudden death? That's how you made it back, Agent? Ah, sir. But I didn't know the flagship was such a condition. Don Creek. What? I'll guide you there to Baratier Ocean Going Restaurant. To be continued. One Piece, Chapter 45, by Eiichiro Oda. So, that was very fun. This was actually way more enjoyable. It didn't drag out any of the fights or anything. It just moved on nice and quick. What a rowdy place Baratier is. Oh man, and our introduction to Sanji, that's really cool. So officially, just for those of you, Don Krieg will have the Godfather's voice. Because once I saw Don, it was pretty obvious. Let's bring out Don Corleone. And it looks like I evolved the Pirate at Arms voice. It was supposed to be Dale's voice from King of the Hill, but I ended up doing my man from Family Guy. You know what you're gonna do. Oh no! But I don't need to do that. Oh no! But I'll save that for something else. But let me tell you something. And I'm gonna be making a couple of quick comparisons with the live action because I saw the live action. This is way different from the whole thing. This is way different. Oh my gosh. Wow, they rewrote this whole entire sequence in the manga. I can't believe it. Oh man. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to begin, and that would be nowhere because we gotta talk about the manga. Because we're here to talk about the manga and not the live action. And let me tell you something. This is a cool group of characters here. The side characters are pretty fun. Johnny and Yosaku were quick and gone. I'm sure we'll see them again. Iron Fist full body. It's sad that he wasn't in the live action, but nevertheless, they went hard into that with the Marines, and yeah, I really do like his brass knuckles. It's a very unique design. I like that very much. It's basically the screw heads of screws, the heads of screws in the form of knuckles. But he's such a paper tiger. He's a paper tiger in this whole thing, which is very sad, very disappointing. I mean, he could beat up Johnny Yosaku, but he can't beat up Sanji. Dang, yo. But I'm sure we're gonna see more of him later down the line. But I'm liking the way that Oda has been doing this whole sequence. He's bringing in characters and he's treating them like recurring characters. Like they're not one-off characters. They feel like they're recurring characters. Like they're part of the world. Like the world is bigger. Most, usually with shonen, that I've seen in shonen, saying they'll bring in a character and then and the writers will laser sight the character. Whoever these side characters are or whoever the villains are, they put a light they laser sighted these characters and keep them going in on the whole thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout a whole arc. But here it's like, okay, here's Johnny and Yosaku. Here's who they are. Establish that there's bounty hunters in this world. They they collect the wanted posters and they go all over the place and then they're gone. You know what I'm saying? They move on. So, so it's a world building mechanism here, and I'm liking this. And then now we get Iron Fist. We don't get him for long. We only get him for, I believe, two chapters. But we know that there's more pirates and they have different ways. And he was used as a platform to bring in another pirate by the name of Don Krieg, which is... I really love the flow of bringing in the characters, and they're getting named one after the other, except for characters that are just not, that are just throwaways. Like we have like the chefs, you know what I'm saying? They're not being treated with great importance. They're just being treated as set pieces to talk to the primary characters and secondary characters, just so we can get insight into the characters, and that's pretty good. And that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Because they're not the central focus. They're not being centrally focused and everything. You know what I mean? And they're not being treated as important characters. There's some manga that I've been reading where they're treating characters, the author's treating characters as something important, as someone important, but they're not getting names. And it's not very good. That's not very good to do as a writer. I've always said this. You got to name your characters, but if they're important to the story, or if you're gonna treat them with importance, you got to name your characters so we know who they are. If they're just one-off characters, like we're not gonna see them again, that's fine that you don't name them. It's okay. That's what background characters are supposed to do. But if you're gonna treat characters with some major importance, then you gotta name them. You gotta name them so that readers will understand at the very least. Hey, welcome, Phantom-san. Welcome. Let's see here. So, yeah, the whole thing with the Gum Gum Balloon was funny, and it takes off a piece of Baratier. and that's how we find out that Luffy, in this instance here, uh, Luffy in this instance has to pay back for the damages of the ship as opposed to not eating, no, not paying for the food. I gotta stop the comparison of the of the live action. It's just that this was so amazingly different. I'm very amazed. I'm just amazed at how well the franchise, if you will, the franchise really grew out between the live action, the manga, and hopefully soon I'll catch the anime. 1,100 episodes. But I like how Sanji is introduced here. Interesting that he's got cigarettes. Of course, this was the 90s. Cigarettes were the thing. How do you like One Piece? How do you like the One Piece? Inquiring minds want to know. Comment down below and everything, and all around. But but yeah, introduction to Zaf, of him being injured. But I find it funny that he's got this tower hat. Love that he has this tower hat. It's pretty funny. It is indeed fun, Phantom-san. It is indeed fun. Really, really loving it. It's this is a very fun ride here. And then we get, of course, Sanji beating the living crap out of Iron Fist. It would have been interesting to have seen Iron Fist, but you know, I guess budget. Gosh, I gotta stop making the comparisons. You have to forgive me because seriously, the comparisons with the live action and the manga, it is so completely different from one another. It's a completely different thing I'm looking at here, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it because you know I was expecting to see, but much like with Usopp's the cat pirates thing, I was expecting you know, everything to be like one for one, but it's so different. I'm having a great experience here with the manga, and I'm loving every bit of this now. It's a great look, and you know we get to see the whole feeding situation here. You know, he feeds what turns out to be the pirate at arms. Very nice art here. This is a nice little art. Little nice drawing here of the guy crying. It's very interesting to see that with the pirates. Very very well expressed, where the pirates are crying. You know what I mean? It just shows that that's not, you know, something, you know, how you say, it's hard to explain that, but it's always good to see that in shonen, you know, grown men crying, because it's perfectly fine. You know, the guy survived whatever chaos he had to deal with. I still don't understand why Zaf wants a leg. It makes no sense, man. I think he was going to get Luffy's leg, but nevertheless, you know, we got introduced to Patty, which was very hilarious. Let me see here. Where is he at? There we go. We're introduced to him by picking his nose and everything. He looks like a Disney drawing. I don't know what it is. When you look at the faces he's making, it really looks like something you would see in a Disney film. And that's really impressive that Oda drew here. These facial expressions. I like that he did this. He really showing his chops with how he could do facial expressions, and that's pretty big. I like that. That's really good. That's really good. Makes me really appreciate what he's bringing to the table overall. Let's see here, and then finally we go into the final set, chapter 45, where we're getting a little bit more information. Luffy now wants to recruit. He's like, I'm gonna make you my chef, which is pretty cool. It's very interesting also when you consider the fact that our introduction to Don Krieg, he comes off as a villain, you know, at the very end here. At the very end, we're seeing that he's... I don't know if it's so much that he's a villain. I think the direction here, and I hope that and probably gonna find out in the next set when he comes in. But from the sounds of it, world build wise, we're starting to see. I think there's gonna be a lot of gray here because this is the same guy here, this pirate at arms, who was fed and saved by Sanji, and we see him over here at the end of this situation. Where is he at? No, right over here. I know it's over here. Yeah, he gives out the warning about going to the Grand Line, which is great. We get to learn the dangers of the Grand Line. Yeah, we are. But this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a camaraderie. There's a camaraderie here. Like, he could, in every sense of the word, you know, could have pirated, but he didn't. Look at, he even has a smile. It's like, yeah, you saved my life. You know what I mean? He shows appreciation. He gave his warning about the Grand Line. Luffy's like, yeah, I'm still gonna do it anyway. But I'm liking that there's a gray feel to this with the pirates. Even though it's like you got pirates that are pure evil, then you got Luffy on the other side, who's more lawful neutral, and then you got guys like this, who's right now showing more of a honor among thieves. It's not a great thing because they're still, committing crimes and everything, but it's more of an honor among thieves type of thing. And because this is a former pirate, the chef was established as a former pirate. Yeah, it's gonna be an all-out pirate battle between three different pirates. So that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be pretty cool in the end. So yeah, this was a great set. Oh yeah, and and of course Sanji falling in love with Nami. That's pretty funny. He just suddenly got hearts for Nami. That's gonna be. I'm glad I picked Roller's voice. I picked the Roller's voice for that. For Sanji, with the swooning and everything. Yes, he would totally sing and serenade. So overall, this was a good set, and I'm looking forward to seeing Don Krieg. I can't wait to see how Don Krieg is. He sounds pretty frightening, given the way that the Pirate at Arms was sweating. So, yeah, that's it, everybody. That's it for this set of One Piece. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know you want to. Head on over to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me, if you're interested in reading books. If you're a book reader yourself, and head on over to the Patreon if you are interested in joining me on this journey as I deliver you all this cool stuff with the manga reading and everything. You'll find it right here on this right in this address. And if you are interested in watching this live, you can head on over to my live multi-stream on Twitch and Kick Tuesdays at 10 o'clock p.m. if you're interested in watching all the background stuff that happens as opposed to the edited that you get and the clean stuff if you want to see the dirt and grime that comes behind it. So thank you all for joining me. Be sure to support the releases of One Piece. Eiichiro Oda is an excellent writer over on Viz Media. And with that said, I wish you all a good night, buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.